Shalom u'bracha, peace and blessings. This week's Torah reading is titled Parshas Toldot, or Toldos. It draws its name from the very second word of the Torah reading, Eila Toldot Yitzchak ben Avram. These are the generations of Isaac, the son of Abraham. Avraham holidus Yitzchak. Avraham fathered Isaac. Contained in the Torah reading is a story about Yitzchak redigging the wells of his father. Now, this is very important because water access is what actually made land viable. Without water access, one could not grow crops and one could not survive. We read, Vayashav Yitzchak vayachpars be'eres hamayim, asher chafru b'mei Avram. And Yitzchak returned and he dug the wells of water that his father dug. V'yistamum plishtim achrei mos Avraham, and the plishtim had closed up these. The Philistines had closed up these wells after Avram died. Vayikra lahem shemos k'shemos asher kara lahen aviv, and he called them by the names that his father had called them. It's very important that he was establishing that this was his family property. Vayachperu avdei Yitzchak v'nachal vayimtzu sham be'mayim chayim. And Yitzchak's servants dug in the valley, and they found there living water, flowing water. Vayarivu roe gerar im roe Yitzchak lemar, and the shepherds of Gerar fought with the shepherds of Yitzchak, saying, Lanu hamayim, this is our water. Vayikra Shem habe'er Asek ki his askuimo, and they called the name of the well Asek because they conflicted with him. His asku, Asek is actually in that word conflict. And Yitzchak keeps on digging wells, naming them, and then the Philistines come and they claim it and they quarrel with him. And ultimately, the narrative concludes, Vayisasek misham, and he moved on from there, Vayach por be'er acheres, and he dug a different well, V'lo ravu aleha, and they didn't quarrel with him over it, Vayikra shma Rechovos, and they called the name of that well Rechovos. Vayomer, and he said, Ki ata hirchiv Adonai lanu v'parinu ba'aretz, because now as God has made room for us, and we will be fruitful in the land. The entity that Yaakov Avinu was quarreling with, the Plishtim, the Philistines, are whom the Palestinians draw their name. And this narrative, to me, is a narrative of hope. In its short life, Eretz Yisrael, our sacred homeland, or its short revival, because Eretz Yisrael has been part of our identity for generations, in its short revival, in this short period of time that Eretz Yisrael has again been in Jewish hands, there has been conflict. There's been conflict with our Arab cousins who lived there during the time that we were away. And it's significant that, like Yaakov Avinu, many of the places that we have reestablished, we've attached the names that our ancestors gave to these places. And with the most recent conflict, there is significant darkness, because unlike other times, there isn't a light on the horizon. There isn't any one thing that we can attach our hope to and say, maybe this will be a solution. Maybe this will bring us peace. But we're taught Maaseh Avos Simin Labanim, the stories that happen to our ancestors are a sign for their children. We are their children. And as Eretz Yisrael continues to develop, continues to be this oasis in the desert, as we continue to dig wells, we can only pray, Vayachpar be'erach eres, and we will dig another well, V'lo ravu aleha, and we won't quarrel over it. May it be God's will that the children of Hagar, the children of Sarah, can drink from the Be'er Mayim, the well of sweet waters, together in peace. May we see the time when each of us sees the humanity in each other, and we can show the ultimate respect to the Creator by respecting each other as the creations of the Almighty. Shabbat Shalom, and Shabbat usher in peace and love into your hearts, your homes, and your minds.